Shanks played a big role during the Marineford arc. Even though he was not very present in this arc, his deeds were able to stop a conflict that could have spread even further if Shanks had not interfered, being able to stop Kaido, preventing the great pirate of the 100 Beasts from reaching Marineford, something that has not been explained so far, and there are several possibilities for this event. In today's video, we will talk about the possibilities that may have caused Kaido to back off after his encounter with Shanks, and how Shanks' actions in Marineford were able to prevent a major conflict. Galera. During the Marineford arc, Kaido was looking for someone capable of defeating him, something few characters would be able to do when he learned that one of the Newgate pirates was captured by the Marine and would have his life taken publicly. Kaido knew that Newgate would be there, being one of the only pirates who would be able to take his life during a dignified fight. So Kaido prepared to face him, summoning all of his most powerful pirates. Upon learning that Kaido was sailing toward Marineford to participate in the confrontation, Shanks decides to intercept Kaido in an attempt to prevent him from reaching Marineford to make the combat even greater. When the Marine announced that it would publicly take Haste's life, just as it did that of his father Goody Roger, Newgate summoned his entire fleet and allies to unite in this great confrontation in an attempt to rescue Ace. While the Marine and Newgate were preparing for this great conflict that would happen in Marineford, Kaido already anticipated and sailed to Marineford. After all, One Eye's very far away, so he would have to go there first in order to meet with Newgate. Upon learning that Kaido was going to Marineford, Shanks and his pirates intercept Kaido's ship, preventing him from going to Marineford because he was trying to prevent the situation from getting any worse. After meeting Kaido, Shanks was able to get Kaido to return to Wano. There are some likely possibilities that could explain why Kaido decided to retreat without confronting Shanks. The first would be because Kaido can sense Shanks' haki, a presence which is able to scare away even admirals. As we saw during the Wano arc, Shanks with his haki alone was able to make Ryokuju retreat from Wano, besides having made Kizaru sweat and Fujitora uncomfortable when feeling Shanks' haki during the One Piece Red movie. Then his high haki that could compare to Roger's might have made even the Great Beast avoid a confrontation with him at that moment. Shanks has the haki level higher than Onyaku, so he would be able to easily wound Kaido with his sword, something that Oden had a hard time doing. But for Shanks it would be easy to do. Not even Kaido's haki and great endurance would be able to withstand the high level of Shanks' haki and his mastery with a sword, being a swordsman that has the same level of Mihawk or even higher than the greatest swordsman of the world. Shanks is able to nullify Kenbonshaku haki and can even make them see a false future, making it impossible for his enemies to predict their real moment, making Shanks a very difficult person to fight. A fight against Shanks at that moment would only waste his time. After all, the redhead was not his real goal. Comforting him at that moment only distanced him from the possibility of participating in the great battle at Marineford. Even Big Mom says that Shanks has very powerful haki, so it was necessary for Big Mom's pirates and Elbaf's giants to unite to give them a chance to defeat Shanks, which may mean that Shanks is the character who has the most powerful haki currently, and may even match Roger's. Shanks is able to make his haki reach long distances, since he was at a considerable distance from the island of Wano, and yet he was able to make everyone in Wano feel his haki nearby. His haki is able to cover a large area, making it possible for him to hit several enemies with his haki, making the weaker ones faint and sharpening the senses of the others that have a stronger mind, making it difficult for Shanks' enemies to defeat him, even though he was outnumbered. Knowing these incredible techniques that Shanks possesses through his haki, Kaido gave up confronting him. So Kaido just decided to retreat so that he would have another chance to face Newgate in the future, which allowed Shanks to arrive in Marineford without any injuries or the appearance of having fought Kaido. Another possibility that caused Kaido to retreat could be that he was at a great disadvantage in a confrontation at sea. Kaido's crew is composed of pirates who possess ancestral Zoan fruits, which means that most of them in their full transformation, their size is too big, making them at a disadvantage to get around on the boat if they use their full transformation of their fruit, giving Kaido's pirates a great disadvantage by not being able to use their full transformation, not having space to be able to use many many moves, making it very easy for Shanks pirates to hit them with their swords or other combat tools that they use in conjunction with their haki. Even if Shanks used his full dragon form to destroy Shanks' ship, he could repel Kaido's attacks, making it impossible for him to destroy Shanks' ship. Besides that, Shanks pirates have a great advantage in the water if they are able to destroy Kaido's ship. Kaido's pirates have fallen into the water and would drown because they possess a devil fruit, unlike Shanks pirates who do not possess any devil fruit, which makes it possible for them to fall into the water. They still manage to swim, making it possible for them to stay in the fight. So Kaido was at a total disadvantage in this confrontation. The only pirates who possess a fruit that gives them the ability to fly are Kaido, who possesses the dragon fruit, and King, who possesses the pteranodon fruit. The two pirates would be the only ones to survive if Kaido's ship was destroyed, causing the crew to have a great loss of powerful pirates because they would not be able to save everyone. This will allow Shanks to easily finish Kaido off, but because he prefers to act diplomatically, he prefers not to confront Kaido as long as he backs off. And finally, the last possibility is that Shanks may have given Kaido some very important information regarding JoyBoy. As we saw during the One arc, Kaido had high hopes for Luffy, even saying that he is not JoyBoy, something Luffy has never mentioned. So there may be a possibility that Shanks gave this information to Kaido, saying that Luffy could beat him in the future. So a conflict against New Gate would be unnecessary. Accepting that Luffy could become JoyBoy and would defeat him, Kaido could have backed off in hopes of meeting the young boy in the Straw Hat in the future, explaining the reasons why Kaido may have considered him JoyBoy. After Kaido retreats, Shanks arrives in Marineford in a very fast way, leaving everyone present impressed by the redhead pirate's intervention in that confrontation. Through a triumphant entrance, Shanks arrives just as Akainu is about to attack Kobe. With his sword, Shanks defends Akainu's magma punch, preventing the admiral from taking Kobe's life. The Marines notice the presence of the other crew members of the redhead pirates, causing everyone on the scene to wonder what might happen now that Shanks and his crew have arrived in Marineford. Shanks and his crew discourage the people who were in this conflict, saying that it was to end right now. If there was anyone who opposed that decision, it was to confront them, something that both sides agreed on, ending the great battle at Marineford. Even Teach says he does not want to fight Shanks, not at that moment since he has just acquired a new power. So it was necessary to learn how to use this great power in order to become very powerful. So Teach, together with his crew, retreats from this fight and leaves Marineford, thus ending the great conflict in Marineford. Shanks had a great role in this confrontation. Even though he was not present in it the whole time, he was able to stop Kaido in the confrontation, something that was considerably exhausting for him. Shanks carried with him the goal of ending the great conflict in Marineford, even if it was not his obligation. As we can see, Shanks has a great presence even if he does not appear constantly in the manga. We have seen only this one deed, preventing a major conflict from happening, but this may be only one of his many deeds that occasioned the prevention of a major conflict that we have not yet been told. Through some unknown feat, Shanks was able to prevent Kaido from reaching Marineford. There is a great possibility that it will be told during Shanks and Luffy's meeting, a meeting that will reveal great secrets of Shanks and possibly even his past.